Good morning, wrestling fans. Today is Friday, March 24th, 2023. Lance Brock here. Hope everyone is having a fantastic morning so far on this Friday. Tonight, Impact Wrestling presents Sacrifice live on Impact Plus, Fight TV, and YouTube for the Ultimate Insiders. Tonight is Impact Wrestling's first appearance in Canada in probably since before COVID, I'm sure, in Windsor, Ontario at St. Clair College. So on this episode of GMWF, gonna go over the card for Sacrifice tonight. And also, in case you missed it last night, there was a new episode of 360 Wrestling Fanatic with a recap of last night's episode of Impact Wrestling and Ring of Honor on Honor Club. Sacrifice tonight, we have the Impact Digital Media Championship on the line as Joe Hendry defends against Brian Myers, who scored a pinfall victory against him in the tag team main event on Impact last night. But even though they had Myers get the momentum on Impact, I see Joe Hendry retaining the title in this one. And next we have Kenny King taking on PCO. A couple of weeks ago we saw Kenny King run over PCO to save Eddie Edwards. This one I see PCO going over. So then PCO's next opponent can be Eddie Edwards, because that's what this has been building to, a match between PCO and Eddie Edwards. Next up, one-on-one. Now this, I don't know if I would really call it a rivalry or a feud, but this has been pretty much built on respect, because they've also been teaming up a little bit as of late. It's the Octopus, Jonathan Gresham, taking on Speedball Mike Bailey, which they work together as a team, and they're even better as opponents when they work in there together. And this should be a very entertaining match. I'm not sure who I would pick for this one though, but one thing's for sure, should be a really good match. And we have Giselle Shaw taking on Deonna Purrazzo, which should be a very good match. Deonna Purrazzo, great, and Giselle Shaw has been improving. And the World Impact Wrestling World Tag Team Championships are on the line. The Bullet Club, Ace Austin and Chris Bay, defending against TMDK. Another very entertaining match we're going to see tonight. The X Division Championship is on the line. Champion Trey Miguel defending against Lince Dorado, who if you saw the new unboxing video on the 360 Wrestling Podcast YouTube channel yesterday, there's an autographed 8x10 of Lince Dorado. Should be a very good match, but I see Trey Miguel going over in this one to retain the X Division Championship. And in the first ever, I'm pretty sure, Busted Open match, we have Tommy Dreamer taking on Bully Ray, which what I'm guessing is the way they have explained it so far is that this is just the First Blood match, just named after the Busted Open radio show. I'm not sure if Dave LaGreca will be on hand or not, but like I said, I'm guessing this is just going to be a regular First Blood match. Whoever the first one is to draw blood will be the winner. And in the main event, we have the star-studded 6-man tag team match. Time Machine, the Motor City Machine Guns, Chris Sabin and Alex Shelley and Kushida taking on the Impact Wrestling World Champion, the Walking Weapon, Josh Alexander, Rich Swann, and Frankie Kazarian. It should be a very good match. They've been kind of teasing a thing between Rich Swann and Josh Alexander as of late on Impact. So definitely be interesting to see what happens there. I'm not quite sure if we're exactly going to see a heel turn or see Rich Swann turn his back on his team or not, but they've been kind of teasing some friction between Swann and Alexander as of late. So that's the card for Impact Wrestling Sacrifice tonight. Windsor, Ontario, Canada. St. Clair College. You can watch on Impact Plus, Fight TV, and YouTube for the Ultimate Insiders. Should be a very good show tonight. Also, speaking of very good shows, Impact Wrestling 1 week from last night, next Thursday, Impact Wrestling and New Japan Pro Wrestling present the Multiverse United, which is exclusively on Fight TV. You can order that right now. As found out the other day that Will Ospreay is off the card, but Hiroshi Tanahashi will be taking his place to face the Speedball Mike Bailey, which that could steal the show right there, in my opinion. Like I said yesterday, is that it's kind of bad news that Will Ospreay is off the show, but it's also kind of a good news situation as well, because now we get to see Tanahashi versus Speedball Mike Bailey. Should be a very good match. The Impact World Champion Josh Alexander taking on Kushida, plus other matches on the show, which I hope to talk more about and preview more as we get closer to next Thursday, which I believe Thursday really is the kickoff of WrestleMania weekend, when all the shows and everything start. Also at the same time as the Multiverse United is when Dax Harwood's live FTR show starts with the co-host of his podcast, Matt Kuhn, and you can get that included in the Fight Plus subscription for, like I said, they raised the price of just a little bit. Only it's up to $7.99 now, I believe, which, especially for this month, WrestleMania weekend, all those shows you get for only $7.99 is a great deal. And I don't even know if there's enough time in the weekend to watch everything that is going on. But luckily, with Fight TV, you can go back and watch the replays after. Like I said before, last year, the GCW bundle was, I want to say, close to $150 for all the shows that were on the collective weekend. So only $7.99 a month, that's included in your subscription. Great deal. So that's all for this Friday episode of Good Morning Wrestling Fans. Thank you everyone for tuning in on Spreaker or wherever you are listening. Hope to be back with 360 Wrestling Fanatic for a new episode recapping Sacrifice from tonight and SmackDown. No Rampage tonight. Rampage will be airing tomorrow at 10 p.m. Eastern on TNT. Hope everyone has a great Friday. Enjoy SmackDown. Enjoys Impact's Sacrifice. And we'll be back tomorrow morning for the Saturday episode. Until then, keep watching pro wrestling.